Season 110 of Alabama basketball underway as the Crimson Tide win the opening tap. Going right to work with Mark Sears. Transferred to Alabama from Ohio, one of the many newcomers we'll be talking about today for the Crimson Tide, along with Brandon Miller.
And a good matchup to see the two highlighted players guarding each other on the opening tip.
Brandon Miller, off the mark on the three, gets the rebound back. Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Brandon Miller.
Great effort by Brandon Miller, following his three-point attempt with the easy putback.
First possession of the game for the Longwood Lancers. D.A. Houston off the screen. Swings it back to Christmas. Got it.
Well, that's what this Longwood Lancers Balls Club can do. They can shoot it with the best of them. You know, they're not going to come into Coleman Coliseum intimidated at all by this crowd. This is a very, very good team with a lot of experience.
Amari Burnett getting to play for the first time, finally healthy here at Alabama after he joined the team last year, transferring from Texas Tech. Good ball movement to Clowney. Off the back iron.
Great rebound and block out there by Isaiah Wilkins.
And Karyum fights in. Couldn't get it to go. Good defense, Charles Bediako.
Really good contest by Charles Bediako.
Burnett flips it to Angry Chuck. Welcome back, Charles Bediako.
Bediako with some end-to-end basketball, contesting the block on one end and running the floor. Feed the big man for the slam dunk.
1 point side advantage. Houston to the rack. Couldn't get it there. And Karyum gets tangled up with Alabama defenders, and a foul is going to be called against the Crimson Tide.
Both teams getting after it here early on in the ball game. We take the opening look at the shot from Brandon Miller. He comes up short, misses it, gets the offensive rebound and puts it back. Way to get yourself going as the freshman with the debut. And here's Alabama off and running, finding the big man, Charles Bediako, with the slam. Beautiful execution by the Crimson Tide.
Foul against Alabama's Mark Sears, his first. Lancers into Zach Watson.
Alabama coming out man-to-man, trying to put a little bit of pressure on Longwood.
Wade. Couldn't be the defense. Here come the Crimson Tide. Amari Burnett. Pressured on the baseline, Clowney back to Barnett with the three. In and out. And the basketball to Longwood as Alabama has missed on its last three-pointers to begin this game. Good defense, gets the ball back. Clowney with a dunk.
Great up and down pace here in this ball game early on. Noah Clowney running the floor. They find him in transition. Beautiful execution there by the Tide. As you see, Sears finding Clowney for the easy deuce, slams it home with authority.
Also the foul on Zach Watson of Longwood, so he picks up his first, and that will send Noah Clowney to the free throw line. Try and get the and one. He won the Hard Hat Award for all the blue collar points in the charity exhibition against Southern Illinois, and Nate Oates thinks he's going to win the Hard Hat a lot coming up this season.
I think he's definitely off to a great start. He's running the floor, being very, very active, finishing strong. And Alabama's off to the start that they want. This is a team that likes to get out in transition. Unfortunately for Longwood, Alabama's doing exactly what Longwood wants to prevent Alabama from doing, getting out running. They're going to have to improve their defensive transition.
Litteris helps fights for the board for Longwood. Down three with Napper, the Southern Miss transfer. Litteris from three. Off the iron. Miller with the board. Burnett wide open. Off the front iron, and contact and a foul called against Longwood.
Really good decision-making and handle of the pick and roll by Brandon Miller, finding the wide open shooter in the corner, and Barnett just not able to knock it down.
Griff Aldridge, the head coach of the Longwood Lancers, and he is taking this program to new heights. First ever NCAA tournament appearance last season after winning the Big South. He was also the Big South Coach of the Year. He's got a tremendous story we'll talk about as time goes along tonight. As we take a look at this last foul, our officials Bart Lennox along with John Hampton and R.B. Clyburn taking a look at that last foul.
Yeah, both teams are hustling. They're getting after it. You know, it's opening night in college basketball, and the teams are excited and ready to play. Teams are battling up on the boards, and we get a chance of a couple of players getting tangled up here. Referee says ball stays right here, Alabama basketball. Going to take another look at it.
See Coach Aldridge saying what he wanted in the corner of the frame.
I know after speaking with Coach Aldridge, he's going to definitely fight for his team. You know, he's a very, very exciting individual to talk to. You know, we had a lot of fun in our conversation talking about his team and the culture he's establishing here, and he's trying to get something established here in the early going of this game.
So it'll just be a common foul after the officials went to the monitor. It's already Watson with 2 fouls quickly in this ball game, and he is a big part of what makes Longwood a successful program. Averaged 7 points per game last year, one of the team captains. Well, we'll head back to the bench with Crimson Tide up 6-3. Burnett lost the handle, taken away by Wade. Not the shot he wanted. Strong defense, Alabama.
Good hustle back in transition, coming up with the block.
Mark Sears. Kicks it out, Clowney. In and out. And the rebound by Litteris.
Good look there for Alabama. Clowney not able to find the bottom.
Litteris from deep. Off the mark. He's a 38% three-point shooter from a year ago.
A rare miss on a wide open look there by Litteris.
Miller lays it up, lays it in.
Beautiful move there by Brandon Miller, getting all the way to the cup. Outstanding finish.
Napper around the screen. Puts it up. Off the rim, Miller, another rebound. Brandon Miller very active on the boards with 4 rebounds. Namari Burnett through the contact, and a blocking foul called against Longwood will send us to our first break.
Both teams getting up and down early on. Alabama with some dynamic play by Brandon Miller here early on. Getting out in transition and finding Charles Bediako for the slam. Alabama's looking good up and down the court as Noah Conley gets to throw one down himself and get into the action. Bama up 5.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
Hey Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as the thriller at the spinner. Holy so
That is hockey.
Back in Tuscaloosa, it's a good start for the Alabama Crimson Tide with an 8-3 lead against the Longwood Lancers. Glad to welcome you courtside here at Coleman. This is Roger Hoover, joined by a former Tide forward and a longtime pro, Richard Hendricks. And Richard, how excited are you that college basketball is finally back?
Oh, I'm ecstatic. It's always great to be back in the gym, and everybody else feels that same energy here as well. We got two really good ball clubs who are really competing early on. There's some good action here tonight.
Longwood, the reigning Big South champion, Alabama expected to contend at the top of the SEC. And we've already seen some great athleticism tonight.
Well, we're going to see a lot more athleticism on display. Longwood is a really, really experienced team. Don't expect them to be worried too much about this atmosphere here in Tuscaloosa. But Alabama has a lot of newcomers and expect them to pick up their play, and it's going to be a grind for both teams on both ends.
And Alabama's got the student section in full force and full voice already tonight.
It's a loud one here in Coleman Coliseum. But as I mentioned before, this Longwood team last year, one of the better teams in the country, particularly in their conference. They will not be intimidated. Head coach Griff Aldridge will make his adjustments as they find themselves down 5 points here early on. I think this will be two well-coached ball teams, two well-coached ball clubs with some very talented players going at it.
4 wins a break. A Longwood foul on Deshaun Wade. And it's Burnett missing the first free throw. Crimson Tide so far in this game being aggressive from three-point land. We expect that from a Nate Oates coach basketball team.
Yes, they're definitely pushing the transition. When they get an opportunity to shoot a clean look from three, they've been able to get him up. That's his philosophy. He likes to have a little pace, has a little bit of space. There's a lot of positionless players on this team, and he's going to try to play it to his advantage.
Now in his fourth season in Tuscaloosa, led the Tide to the SEC Championship 2 years ago in 2021. Longwood 1 of 8 to begin this game from the floor. D.A. Houston. Napper had his pass deflected and taken away. Rylan Griffin. Here comes Alabama. Griffin attacks, scores!
Great series of plays there by Rylan Griffin, sliding over, anticipating the bounce pass, stealing it from the back, and turning it into offense with a coast-to-coast right-hand leg.
9-0 run for the Crimson Tide the last 3.5 minutes. Scoring drought of over 4 minutes for Longwood.
Longwood's going to have to settle down. They run really good offense. They've been battle-tested before. They're going to have to execute by getting a little bit more detailed in what they're trying to run offensively.
Litteris, 3 on the shot clock, puts it up. Off the iron. Look at that rebound by Pringle.
Wow. Outstanding vertical there by Pringle, pulling that rebound up by the square.
Brandon Miller went right to Jaden Bradley. Lost his footing. And the ball will stay with Alabama.
Alabama's been really getting after defensively. Here's Rylan Griffin here getting his hands moving, coming in there and then taking it on the other end, turning defense into offense. Exactly what Alabama's going to need early on and often.
Freshman from Dallas, Texas, 4-star prospect. Crimson Tide 0 of 5 to begin this game from three-point land. Miles flipping it back to Bradley, trying to save it in play. He will. And then a turnover. Napper against Miles, the contact and the foul.
Yeah, Darius Miles right there trying to use his athleticism to challenge for the shot block. In that particular situation, he picked up a foul. But what you want to do is sprint ahead of the defender, the offensive player, get a better angle and force him to change directions. Don't rely on your length and athleticism to challenge the shot for the block. A really talented guard will always get into your body, as Napier just did, drawing the foul, getting to the free throw line.
Last year it was Napper leading Southern Miss with 4 assists per game. Now in his first year with the Lancers, 2-for-2 trip.
He showed his experience on that last play with a lot of poise. So the more athletic Darius Miles tracking him down, made the proper play, broke the scoring drought for Longwood.
Darius Miles lost control of it. And a foul called against Longwood and Wilkins.
First foul there for Wilkins. He's going to have to assert himself to get himself going, sliding over. Got caught in the wrong spot at the wrong time.
Griffin. In and out with the three-pointer. Now, Griffin hit 2 of Alabama's 3 three-pointers they hit in the Southern Illinois exhibition game at Foster Auditorium on Saturday, October 29th. Wilkins against Miles. Left it short. So the defense of Darius Miles on display.
The length, he has so much length, it's hard to finish over the top.
Well, Jaden Bradley making his Alabama debut, the freshman from Rochester, New York. Another 5-star prospect, McDonald's All-America selection. Putting it up, putting it in, Rylan Griffin.
Really good move there by Rylan Griffin finding the seam in the defense. Nice layup off the grass.
Wilkins trying to end a long field goal drought for Longwood of over 6 minutes. And Watson's off the mark. Bradley, backcourt vision, attacking and scoring. Basket will not count, though. The foul will go against Bradley.
As we get another look at the last move here by Rylan Griffin, tucking that ball in from the defender, finding a seam. Nice finger roll off the glass.
So the foul was actually before the shot went up from Bradley. So Alabama will still get to work with the basketball, up by 8.
Yeah, Longwood has struggled to find their rhythm here early on. A lot due with this length and versatility defensively that Alabama has, making it very hard for the smaller Longwood squad to get some clean looks.
Here's Bradley. Left side, left it short. Jelani Darden picked up the rebound. Missed dunk thanks to the defense of Pringle.
Watson not pleased with the no call. Felt he got hit on the arm on the dunk attempt.
Miles just in the backcourt. Off the tip. Griff Aldridge doesn't think so.
Here we see a nice little dump off pass to Watson. Watson definitely felt like he got a little bit of body on the shoulder. Referee with the no call.
Foul called on the handoff. Gurley.
Savvy move right there by Wade as you see him coming off that curl. He was able to change his pace right there, get the defender on his back, pick up an easy, cheap foul. You can see the veteran presence that he has there, able to pick that up. Here he is coming off, steps into the defender there. Gurley picks up an easy one. And that's how you have to get yourself going. When you find yourself down 8 points here, you can't get a field goal to drop. You got to figure out a way to change the rhythm of the game. Wade able to do that, draw a foul on Alabama, soften up the defense.
Lancers have missed 12 shots in a row, and that will send us to a timeout on the floor. Still 11:48 left to go in this first half in Tuscaloosa. It's Alabama with a 13-5 lead against the Longwood Lancers.
Medium latte, half calf, no foam. Thanks.
Quite the personalized order.
I know what I like.
I remember when I first started flying, and we would experience turbulence.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
I remember when I first started flying, and we would experience turbulence. I remember when I first started flying, and we would experience turbulence.
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free, like the Subway Series meal.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy...
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as the thriller at the spinner. Holy
Football may not always be perfect, but Bundesliga is football as it's meant to be.
We talk a lot about our culture. Our core values are max effort, continuous growth, and selfless love. Like, I want us to be the hardest playing team on the floor every night out there.
Just continue to come together and fellowship in your name. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
And then I want us to be getting better every game. I thought we got better every game on this trip. Like, if you really embody selfless love and you love your teammates, you're not worried about yourself, like, you're as happy for your teammate playing a good game as you are for yourself. And I think we're starting to get that with this team.
Fellas, way to fight adversity, man. I appreciate y'all. I love all y'all, man, for real. I love all y'all, bro, for real.
I like where we're at now. I like our culture now. I like our camaraderie, our chemistry. The way the guys have kind of bonded, just watching them get together off the floor. I think it's just cool seeing these guys in another culture and stuff, so I think that's been pretty cool.
What an experience for Alabama, that foreign tour. Javon Quinterly, who's still working his way back from injury from a season ago, wearing the hoodie from the summer tour they got to have overseas, going to Spain, going to France, getting a lot of history, a lot of culture to go along with 3 great wins.
An opportunity of a lifetime for these young men to travel around the world, to take on an opportunity to see some new culture, to bond with your teammates, to get better with basketball, and play some stiff competition, some tough competition. Really good for Alabama men's basketball.
Brandon Miller led the Crimson Tide in all 3 games in scoring on the foreign tour, and he's picking up right where he left off, making a solid Coleman Coliseum debut. Tough shooting night so far for Longwood. 1 of 13 for the floor. Napper to the rim. That will finally roll in.
Really good play there on the pick and roll for Napper. Coming up, Charles Bediako's playing a little bit soft on the pick and roll, not coming up at the level of the screen. These are veteran guards. When they get a chance to come downhill, they're not afraid to challenge shot blockers with quality shot attempts.
Clowney going to work. Off the window.
Well, you get a chance right there to take a look at the young man's athleticism. The coaching staff has been raving about Clowney as you see him coming downhill, getting up above the rim level, dropping in a nice soft touch off the glass.
Michael Christmas gets that to go. 2 in a row for the Lancers.
Strong move by Michael Christmas. Even though he's playing against a much taller Clowney, taking advantage of his size and strength in the low post.
Let's go back the other way. And once a moment ago, it was no Clowney for the Crimson Tide.
Here you can see on display the athleticism. Getting downhill to his right hand, elevating high, soft touch off the glass. Now this is a prospect that, you know, they say that he has a lot of potential. People are talking about him, hitting a little noise around Tuscaloosa that this could be a player. When he puts it all together, he could be something special.
Freshman out of Roebuck, South Carolina, went to Dorman High School, one of the top programs in this Palmetto State, year in, year out. Christmas. And Carium going up against Bediako. Needs some help with Wilkins. 5 at the shot clock. Midway point of the first half. Wilkins off the iron. And the defensive board by guess who? Clowney, and then a little too hard out in front on that pass to Sears.
Yeah, a little good team rebound there by Alabama, but a little bit too much getting off on the break. As we take a chance to look at some of these young stars that Alabama has, leading off with Brandon Miller, Jaden Bradley, Rylan Giffen, Noah Clowney. Really, really good players with a lot of potential. The future looks bright.
Number 3 recruiting class, the best in school history, just behind Duke at number 1, Arkansas in the SEC at number 2, and the Alabama Crimson Tide. Coach Nate Oates wanting some length, and he certainly has it on this roster, especially at the guard position. Another board for Bradley. That's 5. Miller. He's got 6 points along with now 5 rebounds.
Longwood's missing a few opportunities here. They're getting the shots that they want. They're challenging the bigs, but as they're not being able to find the baskets early on. And Bama on the flip side, making them pay.
Charles Bediako going to work. 10-point Crimson Tide lead. Burnett with the board. Too far in front to Bediako.
See what Burnett was trying to do there in transition, comes off with the turnover. But here's some turnover right here with Bediako cleaning it up on the offensive rebound putback. Exactly what Charles Bediako is going to have to do. If Alabama is going to take the next step forward as a premier team in the Southeastern Conference and make deep runs in the NCAA tournament, they will need Charles Bediako to take the next step in his game and development. He's put on 15 to 20 pounds of muscle in this offseason. He's gotten a little bit more polished of a finisher down low. If he can impose his will on the interior, then Alabama can be a major threat.
Trying to protect the rim there. Against Leslie and Carrium. Came off the bench a lot last season. Averaged 8 points per game.
Yep, and Carrium going up strong. He's worked on his game. We talked to the coaching staff about, they said when he came to Longwood, he is light years ahead of where he was when he first showed up on campus. He's worked on his body, he's worked on his moves, and he's worked on his overall game.
Lawrenceville, Georgia native. Goes 1 for 2. Clowney with the rebound. Namari Burnett attacks. Underhand couldn't go. Bediako keeps this possession alive with the offensive board. Now Sears. Off the back iron. There's Brandon Miller. Close. And the basketball will go back to Longwood.
Alabama's got to get a little bit longer and better possessions on these last opportunities here. Floor not really balanced on that possession when Namari Burnett driving to the basket. Fortunately got an offensive rebound and another crack at it. Going to have to get better quality shots on their work, on their action.
Christmas right block. Got it.
Beautiful, beautiful. Love to see the throwback moves in the low post. Christmas taking his time, having patience, elevating over the top with the soft right-hand jump hook off the glass.
Mark Sears puts it up through contact, and he will go to the line when we come back. Moment ago, it was Michael Christmas in November, providing a spark for Longwood.
Yes, he was. Throwing it back with some nice moves. As you can see of Nifty, taking his time, getting some patience, turning his back you down. Soft jump hook off the glass. He's got his Longwood quad coming back.
Being the best takes hard work. It takes early.
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows.
I remember when I first started flying, and we would experience turbulence.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy... Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free, like the Subway Series meal.
Seven-point lead for Alabama against the Longwood Lancers. A tough go of it early, shooting the basketball, but starting to find some rhythm offensively. And last season, Richard Hendricks, Longwood was in rhythm basically the entire way, going 15-1 in the Big South, winning the conference championship and going to the first ever D1 NCAA tournament.
Yes, this team last season got accustomed to success, 15-1 in the Big South, and they're looking to continue to keep that trend going this upcoming season.
4 starters return, only 1 player lost, and that is Justin Hill, who was the leading scorer, averaged 14 points per game. Alabama will see him later this season when they take on the Georgia Bulldogs. But other than that, 4 starters back from this very good team. And also you have Leslie Nkiriuim, who also came off the bench every game, so he's back in a big role again this year.
Absolutely, and they returned 6 of the top 7 scorers. They have to have a lot of continuity from last year's team. But when we talk to Coach Griff Aldridge, they talk about trying to form their new identity. He has a new team, as he says, with some new players, but every year in his mind, it's a new team. They have to find themselves. They have players who are stepping up into more significant roles on this roster. It will take a little bit of time, but the expectations in this Longwood Lancer program are very, very high.
After he was fouled, Sears goes 2 for 2 at the line for Alabama to grow the lead to 9. D.A. Houston trying to get things going for the Lancers offensively. Christmas. Short on the iron. Clowney with a rebound. It's now 5 rebounds for Noah Clowney.
Very active in the game. He's long arm. He's really good. Seems to be a wiry strength type athlete.
Griffin with Alabama's first 3-pointer.
There we go, and that's what the people came to see. To see the threes go up from the outside. Alabama seemed to get a little bit of energy from this crowd in here now.
Christmas, challenge at the rim. Basketball stays with Longwood for a moment until Ryland Griffin.
Ryland Griffin on the break, filling the energy in the passing lane. Beautiful layup, forcing a timeout for Longwood. As we get another look here at it, it's Ryland Griffin. He knocks down the tray from the corner, and he's always active, always energetic, in the passing lanes with the strip steal, lays it in for the easy deuce.
Now that's blue-collar basketball.
Absolutely right there, and that's what head coach Nate Oates wants to see from his ball club. He understands the significance of playing a tough team like Longwood. A lot of people look at it and say, Longwood College, they look at the name on the front, but this is a very, very good team, and they know if they can get a significant win against a team that's going to be contending to be the champion of the Big South, this will play dividends as they move forward in their season. A very solid performance right now by Ryland Griffin.
Well, Alabama's going to play a very tough schedule this season. They're going to play 4 teams in non-conference already predicted to win their league, including Longwood tonight, and also Liberty coming here to Tuscaloosa on Friday night. Also looking at non-conference play, 9 of the 13 teams either played in the NCAA tournament last season, and also 10 teams either ranked or receiving votes in the preseason top 25. Out of timeout. What can Longwood do? How about Nkiriuim, but a whistle before.
Yeah, he shuffled his feet there, drug the pivot foot, didn't get the dribble down, but still after the fact, impressive athleticism and vertical leap by Nkiriuim, jumping up, finishing with the tomahawk with authority, but the violation before.
7-0 run for the Crimson Tide. Griffin off the iron. Basketball to Houston. D.A. Houston attacks. Defense! Clowney! Wilkins will put it back in, but that is the type of wow ability we have heard about from Noah Clowney.
Yeah, it's about athleticism on display around here, and some athleticism right there. Beautiful block. Defensive effort has seemed to be on display all around here as we look at Clowney coming in from the backside, chase down block against the glass. Isaiah Wilkins able to clean it up with the soft mid-range jumper. That's what he's going to need to get going. He was one of our spotlight players that we had early on in the game, finally getting off into the scoring column with his first 2 points of the ball game. They're going to need more of that effort if Longwood is going to get back in this game, because Alabama is out and looking to run.
We're going to work at the free throw line by Mark Sears, who transfers to Alabama from Ohio. First team All-MAC, the Bobcats last season.
An Alabama native coming back to his home state, playing for the Crimson Tide. I'm sure he has a lot to prove. A very talented and dynamic scorer, and tough and strong.
Originally from Muscle Shoals, now proud to wear Alabama across his chest. Turnover on the Lancers.
Head coach Griff Aldridge over there trying to encourage his team to remain calm, protect the ball. Well, turnover is not really something that he wants to see early on in this ball game. He needs to see a lot more ball control. He sees his team down 14 points here with 5 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the first half. They're going to have to get a defensive stand and to string together a couple of buckets here to get back in this ball game.
Sears denied by Litteris.
Great block there by Litteris, keeping his verticality high, rejecting the block out of bounds. Coming off the pick and roll, switching it. Here you see Litteris moving his feet, keeping his hands high. Rejection.
And the Griffin keeps control. Basketball to the Lancers.
Outstanding defensive effort right there by Noah Clowney, moving his feet against a much smaller guard.
Wade, too strong. Clowney, another rebound. Miller. Watson with the rebound. Here comes Longwood. Napper. Left it short. Solid defense, Sears. Miller cleans it up.
Up and down pace here for both of these teams. Alabama, the beneficiary there of an easy put-out basket there by Brandon Miller. He's got a lot of activity going early on tonight.
Wade. Couldn't find that. Clowney picking up more and more rebounds. He's up to 7. Miller just behind with 6 for Alabama.
Well, Alabama's doing a really good job defensively. They're keeping Longwood out of the paint, which is creating a lot of opportunities for defensive rebounds that they can turn into offense.
Basketball will go back to Longwood. Alabama is out rebounding Longwood 25-12 in this game.
Well, you know, they're forcing them into tough shots, but as we get a chance to see Sears taking it here, he thought it was a little bit of a foul. No call there by the referee.
$16-point lead for Alabama. Another tough stretch offensively for Longwood, one of its last 7, but a lot of that due to the Crimson Tide defense and the pressure that has been supplied from the opening whistle. Darden driving left side, another block, this time Pringle. And a turnover. After the interception by Christmas, it's Darden. Couldn't get it there, keeps it alive. Litteris from 3, his first.
Just a shot that Longwood needs right there. Litteris teeing up one for the outside. Able to cut into this deficit that they have going here in the first half. But we take another look at what Alabama has going, and it's Brandon Miller cleaning up the mix with an easy putback for the Crimson Tide, and that's why Bama is up 13 here in the first half.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy
Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up. T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This week is your chance to try any Subway footlong for free, like the Subway Series meal.
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as the thriller at the spinner. Holy so
13-point lead for Alabama, thanks in large part to the newcomers having quite a debut at Coleman Coliseum.
These outstanding freshmen that Alabama has on the roster are going out here and putting in work on their debut. Brandon Miller is not disappointed as we get a chance to look at Noah Clowney running the floor and getting active for the Tide. Rylan Griffin has been on display with many plays in shooting, knockdown threes from the corner, getting in the passing lane, and outstanding defense.
Yeah, the defense has certainly been there. Yes, the scoring, a lot of people look at that first, but in order to stay on this floor and play for Nate Oates, you have to play defense.
Well, you know, he has the hard hat award, which is something that he hangs his hat on. He wants to see his players working hard, diving on the floor for loose balls, sliding over for charges, pulling tough rebounds, and running the floor. These three freshmen have clearly bought into messages he's had for them early on, and it's showing up early here tonight against Longwood.
Gurley has the ball stripped away from him by Napper. Grandland with the three-pointer. Yes for Grandland.
Alabama disorganized right there in defensive transition, pointing to their own players and who to match up with. Makes them pay there. The veteran player, Grandland. We spoke to the coaches earlier. He's just a solid player. He comes in every single time and delivers right when they need it, and Longwood needed that three right on the money.
Christmas with a foul for Longwood.
Get a chance here. Alabama's out of organization. They don't have the right player. You leave open Grandland. He makes you pay, knocks it down, bottoms.
Native of Finland, who has experience with the Finnish national team. Last year shot 39% from three-point land.
Well, this is a really good team shooting from many different players on this roster. Unfortunately, they haven't been able to find their stroke, mainly because of the defense of Alabama. Alabama have to continue that pressure if they want to keep those shooting percentages low for Longwood. It's hard to keep good shooters down.
Curium comes back in for Longwood. Already in this ball game, just 1 point that came at the free throw line, has picked up a couple of rebounds. Right now, a 6-0 run for the Lancers, making it a 10-point game. 6-0 run all in the last minute. And Curium against Pringle. Yes.
Sweet move by Curium. Not particularly what you see from him, but you can see he's worked on his game in the offseason with a beautiful low post, fade away off the block. Wow.
Bradley tried to go into the basket.
8-0 run here for Longwood. As I spoke earlier, this is a team that's not going to be phased. They're battle tested. They're a championship level team in their conference. They've been to the NCAA tournament. Alabama has the crowd on their side. They've gotten into it early, but Longwood has come back with a response here.
Darden fights in. Pringle with some contact. Solid defense for Alabama. Gives the ball to Miller. Griffin off the iron. There's Pringle. The offensive board leads to the two.
Great rebound by Pringle, getting up rim level, snatching it home, finishing with the putback. Darius Miles a little too aggressive there with the body on the defensive end. But here we are right here, getting a chance to look at Pringle pulling that tough rebound with the putback, getting himself going into the ball game. You know, when you come in off the bench and you're trying to make a contribution to the team, that's how you get yourself going. You get a chance to get an easy offensive rebound putback, get the rhythm of the game, find your flow. There's so many ways that you can contribute to a basketball team without being plays called for you and designed for you to get buckets. If you go out and play and hustle, the ball will come to you.
Crimson Tide trying to take care of the basketball. They will with Pringle.
And the ball coming back to Pringle again, as Nick Pringle's able to be the recipient of a beautiful pass there by Darius Miles, throwing it down with the slam.
And Karyum tangled up with Pringle and the foul.
Good move there by Karyum, catching the ball off of that nice pocket pass, jumping on the jump stop. Head and shoulder fake, ball fake. As we get to look and see at Pringle here, getting that beautiful pass from Darius Miles, slamming it home. Alabama really in this recruiting class they have this year with some really good athletes up under the goal. Pringle, Clowney, of course you add that to Charles Bediako, Noah Gurley, who are returning from this team. I think the front line that Nate Oates has put together for this ball club, and even adding the length of your wing players with Brandon Miller and Darius Miles, a very, very dynamic and lengthy Alabama basketball squad up under the goal.
And that's what he really wanted to see, especially at that guard position. Find a way to have more length and more shooting, and we've already seen that tonight as well.
Well, you know, when you got an opportunity with a Brandon Miller who seems to be able to play multiple positions, good ball handling skills to be able to handle pick and roll pressure, make and deliver passes on time and on target, it gives Nate Oates the opportunity. He can go big. He can play with a big lineup where he can pound the glass with offensive rebounders. He can play a smaller lineup with other guards that he has played, led by Sears, other players on the team with Ryland Griffin, to be able to play different styles. And you need that type of team versatility if you're going to be a championship contender team, which Alabama hopes to be in the SEC this season.
Darius Miles rejected there. Also, don't forget, Javon Quinterly will be coming back. Hopefully some point in December, if not sooner. Starting to do some really good work covering from his injury a year ago. Speaking of good work, how about Isaiah Wilkins?
Isaiah Wilkins is going to have to get it going. That's exactly what Longwood needs. They found themselves down 8. They're still in striking distance in this ball game. A lot of time left. A stop right here and a conversion. And this is a much, much closer ball game than it feels like here in Coleman Coliseum.
Turnover on the Crimson Tide. So Longwood getting the ball back, down 8.
Credit to Longwood's defense right there. They settled in and they sat down on that entire possession as we get a chance to look at our spotlight player, Isaiah Wilkins, knocking down one from the outside. They're going to need him to get it going in a big way. They were able to sit down on defensively, get the turnover that they wanted. Here they are. They find themselves down 8, 28 seconds to go in the half. If they can convert with a big basket here at the end of the shot clock without allowing Alabama to get another chance to convert, this will change the ball game.
Shot clock turned off as we wind down the first half of the first game of the season. Alabama's led by as much as 16, but now it's an 8-point game.
Longwood looking to get the matchup they want for the final shot of the half.
Napper around the screen, driving, rejected Bediako. Miller gets it back, 5 seconds. Brandon Miller to Miles, contact. All ball.
Clean block there, great effort there by Longwood. Not the best offensive possession as you see that, as they should have milked the clock.
Full force to begin this season. It's one of the things Nate Oates did. Right as he came to Tuscaloosa, he got the students more involved once again. Cameron Luke Ratliff was the great leader of the student section for 2 years until he passed away. And Alabama continues to honor his memory, and the students really honor his memory with the way they are at full throat each and every home game, no matter the opponent.
Yeah, they have. It's beautiful to see the school and the students being involved with so much activity to support the basketball team. Alabama has always had a great tradition of basketball and great fan support. Good to see that staying alive here in Coleman Coliseum.
We miss you, Fluff. His family in town for the presentation of the new blazer to the Courtside Club president and leader, just like Fluff was. And there's the new blazer and the button as well for Fluff. Great halftime ceremony. Passing of the blazer, that's something that's going to continue throughout history of Alabama basketball.
A great tradition to start here in the student section for Alabama. A leader of the general of the student section, as he was, Fluff. Great way to honor such a very important player to the team. He was a part of this team.
Everybody loved him. Longwood can't connect there with NCAA1. And the basketball back to Alabama. Namari Burnett, too strong in the pass.
A little bit off the mark there. Alabama's got to get on the same page. A couple of miscues early on, getting out in transition, which is what they like to do. But they're going to have to get things shored up with some of the passes, get on the same page. I think Namari Burkett thought that Brandon Miller was going to fade to the corner. He was going to hit him for a three-point pass. A little bit of miscommunication.
And NCAA1, they're nearly losing the ball against Bediako. Can't get it past Bediako there. The putback won't go for Christmas. Bediako goes to work.
Tough break there for Longwood as they had a good chance to get a good basket. Bediako being an enforcer down low.
Griffin. Tiptoes into the paint. Couldn't get that to go. Contact under the basket.
Two bigs tangled up under the basket. NCAA1 picks up an unfortunate foul on his part. Both guys just battling. And it happens sometimes. Sometimes as a big, you're jockeying for position down low. The ball comes out just in the wrong area. You're tangled up. And unfortunately, you pick up a cheap and easy foul.
Brandon Miller with 8 points, 8 rebounds so far in his Alabama debut. Griffin works in and draws the foul.
Alabama very fortunate in the last possession right there to get bailed out on the foul call by Ryland Griffin. Not too much ball or man movement on that last possession. They're going to have to continue to work their sets, get the ball moving around the perimeter of the court, maybe get it on the interior, get Longwood moving around defensively so you can get a clean shot that is uncontested. You'll get much higher shooting percentages as the ball is moving, as instead of the ball playing stagnantly.
One for two. Griffin tries to follow his miss, steps out of play. But you like that kind of hustle.
Great hustle there. Unfortunately, doesn't come up for Ryland Griffin as Longwood with the possession. Good idea by Longwood, looking to establish Michael Christmas in the low post. He has seen had that going over on that right block, turning over his left shoulder. If they can get him isolated, he has so much size and strength, and he's so wide that he has an advantage over almost any player on Alabama's roster on the interior. Crowd seemed to want a backcourt call there. Might have missed one.
5 in the shot clock for the Lancers. Off the iron, Clowney flies in for the board. No surprise.
Clowney is cleaning up the glass tonight for the Tide.
Here's Sears. Yes!
Beautiful finish there by Sears. Getting to his left hand, finishing with contact. As we get a chance to look at this action, it definitely does look like a backcourt violation, but maybe the refs thought it was a deflection there on Alabama. Missed one, an opportunity for Longwood that could have taken advantage of it, but it's the first game of the season for everyone.
Waylon Napper having to be helped back. A smile on his face. Hopefully he'll be all right for Longwood as he'll head back to the bench. Carly Fullerton is the athletic trainer, helping him just back to the bench.
Longwood getting in here, their little dribble weave action here, trying to clean up something.
Watson against Bediako, and it'll be Bediako called for the foul.
Good execution of offense there coming out of that little mini break that Longwood had. Getting into some dribble weave action, trying to get Alabama moving around a little bit. They found the seam there on the pocket pass. Draws a foul here as he dropped it off to Watson. Contested by Bediako, foul called by the referee.
Zach Watson misses the first free throw. The intensity of the student section. Another one coming up for Watson, played limited minutes in the first half with 2 fouls. Bediako. Look at that, the Crimson Tide with Noah Clowney.
Excellent interior passing by the bigs from Alabama. Bediako receiving a tough pass after the pick and roll and finding a cutting Noah Clowney for the slam.
Deshaun Wade swings it back to Litteris. 10 on the shot clock. D.A. Houston with the left hand. That won't go. Mark Sears with the board.
Skying for the rebound amongst the trees.
Sears to Clowney for 3.
Oh my goodness. Noah Clowney is putting on a show as advertised. Big time slams, teeing up a tray ball from outside, and he's got the fans on their feet here tonight in Coleman Coliseum. We're going to take a look at it. Brandon Miller whips one to Bediako to the cutting Clowney. Above the rim for the slam. And here he is again, showing you some of that young athleticism. The future looks bright.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as they threw that at the spinner. Holy
Future Hall of Famers collide Sunday on ESPN.
That is hockey.
Now some reasons to celebrate for the Alabama women's basketball team. Jada Rice, along with Ryan Cobbins, dancing after a dominant win in the first part of our doubleheader tonight at Coleman. Women's basketball opening the season with a victory against Alabama A&M. Just everybody in a good mood right now, especially with the way that last sequence ended for Alabama.
Absolutely, and it's always great to see the student athletes coming out here supporting each other, and they got a lot to support with this flurry of scoring that Alabama has just put on display in the last few seconds of the ball game. extended their lead, giving Alabama a little bit more of a comfortable situation here with 16 minutes and 31 seconds to go in the ballgame.
Alabama led by 8 at the break. Noah Clowney helping the Crimson Tide grow the lead. It's been the Crimson Tide outscoring Longwood 8-1 so far in the second half. Getting close to a double-double already for Clowney in his Crimson Tide debut. Napper was helped off the floor earlier, now back to his feet. In control of this possession for the Lancers. Shot clock at 10. Litteris. Back to him on the baseline. Off balance, can't get it to go. Shot clock violation.
Good defensive stand by Alabama coming out of the break. That's exactly what you want to see from your ball club. When you have a timeout, you have a chance to talk some things over. You just went on a run. Longwood's going to draw something up. Alabama with a big-time stand. They'll talk about it again now.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
Yo, my name is Luis, and the little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is the different...
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
Hi, I'm Alok, and a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A Grilled Spicy Deluxe is...
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as the thriller at the spinner. Holy
Football may not always be perfect, but Bundesliga is football as it's meant to be.
Noah Clowney, the freshman, the top prep player from the state of South Carolina, showing he can do a little bit of everything for Alabama.
He's been tremendous this evening. He's shown a lot of different versatility, getting out and running, putting his athleticism on display. He's knocked down some shots from the outside. He's active, cutting to the basket as he's found there by Bediako. And here he is getting off and running in transition, always alert, spotting up from the outside, teeing one up. All-around performance by Noah Clowney.
So he's got 9 points, already 8 rebounds, 1 of 3 from beyond the arc, one of the 2 made three-pointers by the Crimson Tide tonight, courtesy of Noah Clowney.
Yes, and beyond the stat sheet, it's the impact that he's making defensively on the team as well. He's moving his feet when they have switches against smaller guards. He's rotating over, making the proper rotations, contesting shots high against other players who are attacking. He's being very, very active all around. Good to see that from a young player.
That's why he continues earning a lot of minutes on opening night.
And he deserves them, and deserves even more.
Crimson Tide basketball was such a good stretch for the Tide before the first timeout that was called by Griff Aldrich right before the under-16 media timeout to try and disrupt some of the progress as Miller can't connect there. Bediako works it back. Randlin able to get the board with his hands. Now Napper. D.A. Houston puts it up and in.
Strong move there by Houston as he was able to get to the basket. Shot fake on the baseline to get the shot blocker into the air. Jumps into the defender, finishing strong on the baseline.
Sears to the paint. Soft touch, a little short. Houston fighting back in. Couldn't get the roll. Miller. Short on the three. Tap back to Miller, however, thanks to Clowney.
That's where Alabama should look to reset. Get a good set offense going here. Get a quality shot.
From Sears. Off the iron. Saved in play. Offensive boards again, huge for Alabama. This is Griffin. Another one off the mark. NCAA1 calms it down.
Strong rebound by NCAA1.
Once again, Waylon Napper heading back to the bench, a little shaken up after he was able to return a few moments ago.
Yeah, seemed to be laboring as he was headed off the court. Hopefully he can get whatever his situation is under control and return to the ball game.
Lancers basketball, critical possession, down 13 with 14.5 minutes to go. Isaiah Wilkins against Bradley, puts it up, short. Bradley the rebound.
Tough shot there by Wilkins, even coming back out to the little mini break to shoot a fadeaway on the baseline, contested. Not the shot Longwood needed.
Bradley drew the contact he wanted. He'll head to the line. NCAA1 called for the foul, and that'll be his third. That ends a scoring drought of 2 minutes 20 seconds. Again, that was right after Alabama had that good run. The defense led to offense. Since then, Alabama's missed its last 6 shots from the floor.
Yes, and Jaden Bradley, another talented freshman that Alabama has, able to come in and get a chance to get a couple of free throws to get himself going as well.
2-for-2 trip for native of Rochester, New York. Finished his prep career at IMG Academy in Florida. I remember this outstanding recruiting class for Nate Oates, ranked number 3 in the nation. Now talented freshman here in Tuscaloosa. Wilkins around the screen. With Watson, defense Pringle, but the foul call.
Aggressive, trying to go up strong there. Coach Nate Oates seemed to disagree with the foul call here as we'll get another look at it. Wilkins getting into the teeth of the defense. Yeah, leaves us a little bit on the hand there on the foul by Watson. You know, a lot of these coaches are working these refs a lot early on. There's been a lot of arguing of calls. Players are going up strong. They're making sure to stay on the officials to even things up as their bigs are battling under the goal. 14-point lead here for the Tide. Longwood looking to try to get something going.
Watson 2 for 2. Bradley attacks and scores right to the rim. Jaden Bradley
got the 2 free throws, got him going. Here he is getting downhill. He's joining the fun with the other freshman.
Longwood down 15. Wilkins lost control. Tip back to Darden. The floater won't go. There's Miller with the rebound. Basketball to Longwood.
Alabama trying to get things going. Bradley getting downhill, using his athleticism, getting to the cup. They're going to need a lot of that as they're trying to hold off this Longwood Lancer team. A low-scoring ball club, so low-scoring affair today. 2 talented teams. Early game jitters.
Offensive foul on Deshaun Wade.
You know, Rylan Griffin has really been working really hard all game long. Here he's sliding his feet over, taking on the charge. Wade a little too over-aggressive. Got the shoulder down, extended the arm. Offensive foul.
Contact on Miller. The foul will be called against Delaney Darden.
Yeah, he got him there on the hand as he reached in when Miller tried to turn his back on the spin. He thought he had a chance to get an easy steal and head the other way. Got more hand than ball.
5 team fouls on the Lancers. Still 12:43 to go in this second half. Miller off the mark, and the rebound by Wilkins.
Miller yet to find the range from deep, but not hesitant to pull the trigger. You know, he has a lot of size and length with a really good shooting touch from the outside. Unable to find it tonight so far.
Bradley with a defensive rebound. Once the Crimson Tide catch up, Namari Burnett driving, scoring, and one. Welcome back, Namari Burnett.
Really good drive there by Namari Burnett, getting himself going. Missed last season due to injury. Returning into the lineup, a strong drive. Left to and one.
Missed all of last season recovering from an ACL injury. McDonald's All-America selection in 2020, was a 5-star when he signed with Texas Tech. And transfers to Alabama. He's going to be around this program all throughout last season as he was working his way back from the injury. So again, he's a newcomer to the roster in terms of playing this season, but these guys have known him for a long time, got to go through all the travel with him last year as well as the trip to Europe.
And he seems to be a team favorite on the team. Everyone seems to take on his personality. It's good to see him back on the floor. Anytime you come off an injury and you're fighting back, you want to pull for a guy like that.
So much good defense inside leads to a foul, and we will head to a timeout. It's still the Crimson Tide with a double-digit lead against Longwood.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy...
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy...
My dad was a hard worker. He used to do side jobs installing windows.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy...
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
T-Mobile has 5G here, and we also cover you up.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy... Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy...
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy...
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as they threw that at the spinner. Holy so
Football may not always be perfect, but Bundesliga is football as it's meant to be.
It's the Crimson Tide with the advantage against the Longwood Lancers as we're about midway in this second half of play, and this is a Longwood team that last year was able to pick up the Big South Championship, just a total record year, the best year they have ever had, and for a very process-oriented program where all they talk about is the process and pouring into the root. They saw the results last year with a great finish.
Yes, that's the philosophy of the coach, pouring into the root. They like to work a lot of things when they talk about how to get things done, not the results, not to be a results-oriented oriented organization, but more so a process-oriented organization. Big-time wins last year. They hope to continue to do that again this season.
All program records a season ago, that sparkling 15-1 mark in the Big South, and then they had to earn it again in the Big South tournament, because even if they lose, and they were at some points trailing during that Big South tournament, they weren't able to get it done there. They wouldn't have gone to the NCAA tournament to have the chance to play Tennessee from the SEC.
A lot of pressure when you're in a one-bid league, but Coach Griff Aldridge has got his team to respond. Last year they had a very strong season. They were able to do it under the pressure in the Big South tournament. They're looking to make those same type strides, if not improve, this season.
Trying to get a spark from the free throw line. The Lancers have missed their last 6 shots from the floor, shooting only 21% in this game. 10 of 48, 4 of 8 from three-point land. Crimson Tide. Burnett swirls that one off the rim, and the basketball back to Longwood.
Longwood down 16, still plenty of game left.
Pringle fighting in, and a whistle blown.
Good execution there by Longwood, coming off the screen roll. Nice pocket pass, trying to find Nkarium. Jumping up strong, taking on the contact. Here's it, dropped it off, takes the contract foul. Opportunity to go to the line for 2.
That is the 4th foul on Nick Pringle. Transfers to Alabama Dodge City Community College after starting his career at Wofford. Charles Bediako back in, ready for his sophomore season.
We had a chance to talk to him earlier. He's excited about that he can contribute to this squad, not just from on the court, but his leadership. He finds himself in year 2 being one of the older guys on the roster. Being one of the older guys, he's going to have to be a much more vocal leader for this team, communicating to his teammates on the back line of the defense and doing all he can to help this team be great.
Houston lost the handle. Bediako helps get it back for Alabama. Brandon Miller, he'll go to the line.
Charles Bediako, Johnny on the spot right there, fighting for the loose ball, leading to a transition for Alabama. Instant action as you see him getting into the game, getting a deflection, hand on the ball. Burnett out and running. Finally on the same page there with Brandon Miller and Namari Burnett. Dropped one off, beautiful pass, not able to convert, but going to the line to shoot for 2.
8 points in his Alabama debut, already has 9 rebounds. Makes the first. Two trip for Brandon Miller, and he's in double figures scoring. He's not far off from a double-double, just needs 1 more rebound. Largest lead of the game for Alabama. Nkarium left it short. Mark Sears gets it back. Foul on Houston. Jesper Granlund back in. He had a 3-pointer earlier as the Lancers try to find some offense.
And they're going to need it in a big way. They find themselves down 17 points. 10 minutes, 52 seconds to go in a ball game. It's a lot of time, but this is a low-scoring affair here, and teams are struggling to find the basket. They're going to have to definitely string together some baskets, get some defensive stops, and they're going to have to catch fire here soon.
Two for 2, Mark Sears.
Sears picking up with a lot of full court pressure here, trying to make it difficult on Longwood. Smart decision. He understands some gamesmanship. You're playing a player who's been taken out a few times. Had to sit down feeling a little bit lame. But he's not feeling lame on, not lame on the mid-range jumper. Nice shot, Napper.
Especially against Bediako?
Well, you know, this guy's a talented player, and that was really good coming off that pick and roll. Bediako's laying back on the defense. You pull up, you don't challenge the shot blocker. Settle for your soft mid-range jumper.
Crimson Tide keep it alive with Bediako, only for another turnover after that. Contested three, off the iron. Wilkins from the baseline short. There's Mark Sears again getting a tough board. He's up to 6 rebounds.
Strong-bodied guard, not afraid to get in there and mix it up.
Turnover on Alabama. Christmas against Miller. There we see the defensive prowess of first Brandon Miller. It ultimately does lead to a foul.
Well, it's the length of Alabama in this particular situation. But both teams in these last couple possessions really need to settle down. As you see Sears trying to split the defense on one end, turning it over. Christmas on the other end, over-penetrating, running into the shot blockers. They both need to settle down, run their offense, get some man and ball movement to find a quality shot.
Bediako back to the bench. Noah Clowney back in for the Crimson Tide. Watson in the paint. More solid defense at the rim by Alabama.
Spirited attempt right there by Watson. Came up short.
Bradley keeps it alive for Rylan Griffin.
Great teamwork there by Alabama. Keeping the ball alive. Bradley tapping it over to Griffin.
Sean Wade shaken up. Took an elbow to the face a moment ago by one of his own teammates. Good to see him back on his feet, Deshaun Wade. And the players were quick to tell the athletic trainer, Carly Fullerton, to stay on the bench.
Who's an important player for this team. They know if he comes out and has to get with the athletic trainer, he'll have to take a break and hoping they can keep him on the floor so they can continue to try to fight back into this ball game. Time is seeming to run out on him. 9 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the ball game. Down 19 points.
Officials are taking a look. He may be dealing with a nosebleed as well.
Both coaches taking this as an opportunity to talk things over. We get a look to see it. Let this, inadvertent contact there by your own teammate.
D.A. Houston just trying to get the board. Right as Rylan Griffin is able to score right afterwards.
Those are always the worst situations. I mean, you're battling, you're standing there watching the ball trying to come off, your teammates fighting for it. You catch a flailing elbow or wrist or something come in. You catch one in the face. Have no time to brace for it.
Army Clyburn coming by the table just to tell us they were just taking a look. And he definitely was hit by his own player. Officials saw the same replays we just saw a moment ago.
It looks like Alabama took advantage of that break right there, and they're going to jump into a little bit of full court pressure, trying to make it difficult on Longwood right here. Seems to be a little token pressure just to kind of mix up the rhythm.
Contact and one.
Great backdoor cut there. Houston, recipient of that pass, able to come up under the goal, shot fake, draw the and one. Situation where you defensively, you're going to have to see ball and man, be a lot more disciplined. Make sure you let the cutters cut through your body. Don't let them get behind you to get an easy alley to the basket.
Houston started his career at the College of Charleston, came off the bench last season, but we were told by Coach Aldridge that he'll have a much bigger role on this Lancer team this season. Tonight he's up to 5 points, 3 rebounds. Miller's pass deflected. D.A. Houston involved again. And Bradley able to interrupt his progress. But a foul.
Houston trying to impose his will, giving his team a little bit of a spark here. Gets the deflection, takes it all the way on the other end, able to draw the foul. Active hands. Houston gets the ball in the deflection, turns on the Jets, reaches in. Bradley called for the foul.
Back-to-back fouls on Jaden Bradley. Over 2 after the foul. Sears through a lot of contact and a foul on Longwood.
Aggressive drive there by Sears. But oh, how the game has changed as you see the mismatch down low with Clowney with a much smaller Napper in the low post. But Sears elects for the isolation. Get out of his way and let me go to work.
Well, Clowney's only 9 inches taller than him. First miss at the free throw line for Sears today had been 6 for 6.
You know, it's always something to see how the game has changed over the years. The rule was always when you're a big man and you have a little guy on you, the ball goes inside to the big. Now, coaches are playing with a lot more space and pace. When the big is switched out on the guard, you get out of his way. You give him a little bit of room to operate. As you can see right there, Mark Sears was able to do so and draw the foul.
Napper floats it up. Won't go. Basketball to the Tide. Sears attacking again. Basketball will go back to Longwood when we return. Crimson Tide able to maintain this large lead against the Lancers. 55-38 our score in Tuscaloosa.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
There's still a minute left to play. This one's going down as the thriller at the spinner. Holy so
Visit theheismanhouse.com to jump into a virtual staring contest.
I have one.
Tonight marks the first ever meeting in basketball between Alabama and Longwood. Reigning champions of the Big South, they call Farmville home. Farmville, Virginia. Population just under 8,000, hosted the VP debate back in 2016. But did you think about Farmville, USA when you first heard about Farmville, Virginia?
I did not, but It's definitely got to be an interesting place and a nice place to visit, I'm sure.
Well, we had a lot of friends that would, of course, be just totally locked into Farmville. It debuted back in 2009. It got as popular as 83 million people. It was named the best new online game that year. And people would just spend hours on hours maintaining their farm, making sure they're watering the crops, making sure everything's good to go. Harvest time was always a big time on Farmville as well. It sounded like I never once played. Did you?
I'm not a big gamer, but that sounds like something I would like to do. I like to dabble a little bit in the hobby of growing some garden vegetables and things like that. So,
what was in your garden this summer?
Oh, I had a few items. I had some tomatoes, squash, a few things. I got a green thumb, Roger.
That's really good. My dad keeps a garden in his home in Kingsport, Tennessee as well, so always tomatoes. You have to start with tomatoes. Anytime people say they're thinking about gardening as a hobby, don't you start there?
Those are easy, very easy to maintain, but they can get out of hand if you don't know how to do certain things with them.
That's why Farmville was very good practice.
Cucumbers are also pretty easy.
Okay.
Just to let you know. Give it a try.
Well, I just look forward to seeing what crops come in next year. You'll have to let us know.
Well, I tell you, they got something growing really good in Farmville with this Longwood basketball team. Head coach Aldridge really has something going with this program. I know they're finding themselves down right now here in Tuscaloosa, but he has built something and harvested from his growth of this program in the last 5 years. And they have a lot of the faithful in Farmville, Virginia, very, very happy with this program.
Well, the growth will continue into a new basketball arena starting next year. That'll really be the front door of Longwood University, and we are thrilled with the progress that's been made there. It's going to be exciting coming up on Sunday in Farmville as Miller is off the mark with the three. Clowney with the rebound. Griffin trying to keep this going. He's short on the three. And the basketball back to Longwood, but they're going to have the banner raising for the Big South Championship coming up. Final season at Willett Hall coming up. Longwood's been 42-17 during the Griff Aldrich era at home. Litteris, the spin and the score.
Good cut there by Litteris, cutting behind Brandon Miller as he lost his man, and an excellent pass by Watson, putting it right on the money. Cutting this deficit down to 13 points. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the ball game. Still plenty of time. Got to put some strings together, but Alabama looking to get some action going.
Miller too strong. Bradley the offensive rebound. And a foul called. Scoring drought of over 2 minutes coming up for Alabama. Here's what's coming. The Joan Perry Brock Center on campus at Longwood, expected to open in summer 2023.
Beautiful venue.
Fans are going to be right on top of the action.
Give these fans an opportunity to see this tremendous program on display. A dominant season last year in the Big South. Now with one of the top venues in the country, or in the conference rather. Definitely give them a home court advantage and something to be proud of for their program.
We get to host a lot of great events, not just basketball in that building. So again, just part of that process that Griff Aldrich has been on ever since he took this job after he was an assistant coach at UMBC. Remember that great upset 16 over #1 seed Virginia. He was an assistant coach for Ryan Odom. After he had spent 16 years away from coaching, he went into business after being in law school, had a very successful run in business, but was a AAU coach in the Houston area. And coaching just was always part of him, and he's found a perfect home in Farmville.
Yeah, he's a coach at heart. He loves his team, he loves his players, and he loves his opportunity as at Longwood. He talked about he wants to have a long-term sustainable program here at Longwood and put them in a great position, not just to promote the basketball program, but to promote the university as well.
Lancer's getting some stop on defense, but needing some scoring. It's got this deficit of 15 points. Wilkins denied by Charles Bediako.
Great job by Bediako tracking down the block shot.
Griffin off the iron. Alabama 1 of 11 from three-point land in the second half. Longwood with Christmas short on that three. Both teams having a tough time from three.
They're struggling, and when you find a situation when you have a three, just because you're open, if you're not hitting them, it's an opportunity to shot fake, put it on the deck, and find a closer, higher percentage shot.
How about that from Jaden Bradley?
He definitely made that look like high percentage as Jaden Bradley getting to the cup, finishing around the defender with his left hand. Here's Bediako tracking one down, blocking it, getting Alabama off to the races and running. And let's get a look here at Jaden Bradley as he tits it on his left hand around the defender. Beautiful scoop shot for the layup.
9 points in the Alabama debut of Jaden Bradley.
Jaden Bradley coming them strong in the second half.
Griffin nearly got the steal. Got it past Clowney.
Christmas is a strong interior player. When he attacks the basket, he is a load to handle. I can see him being a major problem in the Big South Conference.
The handoff to Bediako. Offensive board. Charles won't be denied.
Great second effort right there by Charles Bediako, getting on the offensive glass after missing the first attempt. And one opportunity. Great dump off, as you can see, active, and that's what he's going to have to do. Continue to be active up under the boards, pulling the rebounders, being an enforcer, finishing strong.
So with an injury in October, didn't play against TCU in a scrimmage or the exhibition game, and has come back tonight. Has contributed well for the Crimson Tide. 10 rebounds for Bediako, along with 6 points. And carry him from the top of the key, in and out.
And another rebound for Sears.
Sears to Bradley. The nice touch from Jaden Bradley.
Jaden Bradley getting it going here as of late. He's been a spark plug for the Tide here in the second half. So we take a look at the cutting Jaden Bradley. Here he is, catching it from Mark Sears, and he's got the energy. They got it going.
Sears now up to 3 assists, along with his 7 rebounds and 9 points. Bradley back to the line. Finally a little slow to get up. Play does continue. A little floater is good by Napper.
Nice little teardrop there by Napper.
Sears to Clowney. Off the mark from 3. Bediako fighting for that basketball. And it will be Tide ball.
Baseline out of bound opportunity here for Alabama. Chance to see if they can execute. They see themselves up 18 points here. A lot of time left, but an opportunity to execute your offense.
That foul will take us to timeout as Rylan Griffin will have free throws coming up when we return to Coleman. It's Alabama 64, Longwood 46.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
Ah, you didn't come to work. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy. Little Caesars Detroit-style deep dish pizza has caramelized crispy cheese edges and a soft, chewy.
This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars. This could be an authentic Detroit-style deep dish pizza from Little Caesars.
You know soccer can be long, too dramatic. Well, I'll give it up.
Alabama less than 4 minutes away to improving to 1-0 on the season, going through what's going to be a very tough stretch in non-conference play as the Crimson Tide facing Longwood tonight. Already picked to win the Big South. Liberty comes to town, picked to win the A-Sun coming up on Friday, but some other key matchups including Michigan State. Everybody's looking forward to that matchup to begin the Phil Knight Invitational in Portland, Oregon.
Yeah, it's going to be a big-time matchup. Anytime you're playing against a Tom Izzo-led ball club, you know you're in for a dogfight. Known for his toughness and defensive-minded teams, they're going to be very disciplined. But it's not just Michigan State, as you mentioned. Houston on the roster, Memphis, and number 2 Gonzaga, a rematch from last year. They got a tough slate of games coming up in front of them.
The Gonzaga game will be played in Birmingham at Legacy Arena in downtown Birmingham, and last year, a great win in downtown Seattle against the Zags. It was a win against Houston here at home. Controversial finish, but the Crimson Tide got it done as Alabama beat 3 of the year before's Final 4 teams.
They had a very tough schedule last year. The record might not have showed their talent because obviously you could see when they had a chance to play the top tier teams in the country, Alabama was able to beat them. When they bring their A game, they can step toe-to-toe with anyone.
You know, certainly proud of that from a year ago, but what he was frustrated by, of course, the losing streaks closed out the year, falling in the final 4 games of the season, lost to Vanderbilt in the first game played of the SEC tournament, and then lost to Notre Dame in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
They struggled down the stretch. It was hard for them to find their rhythm, and then, of course, when they tried to muster up a little bit of rhythm in the game, Quinterly lost himself in the last game in the NCAA tournament, and all of the wind went out of it.
Rylan Griffin lost his shoe. Play continues as he just gets it back, tries to slip it on. Christmas with a spin against Miller. Puts it in.
Excellent footwork by Christmas, but I'm trying to understand, why do you not go at the guy that only has one shoe? You got to have a little bit of gamesmanship here. When you see that the guy loses his shoe, that's where the ball has to go. You clear out, you attack the guy with one shoe.
Speaking of clearing out, nobody wanted to be around Charles Bediako.
Got to clear yourself out of the way of that. Bediako flying up hard for a slam dunk with authority.
Now some solid defense by Charles Bediako. The lob, the finish, Brandon Miller.
Excellent transition break by Alabama. They had the numbers, and they're getting out and running.
Largest lead of the game, 22 points for the Crimson Tide. 46 of the 70 points in the paint for Alabama.
Good help by Bediako.
Granlund to Watson. Got it. Watson, a solid player, has had some foul trouble tonight.
Nice touch right there by Watson. Not really a big-time offensive threat for this team, but a very, very key and solid player for this team. He does a lot of the dirty work. He sets screens, he rolls, he opens up things for a lot of these guards.
Sears. Bediako. Couple of near misses, then the whistle. I'm going to go Charles Bediako.
Here's Bediako again, finding himself freed up after the pick and roll. It's a wide open slam dunk. Alabama able to get a transition, find an alley-oop to a streaking Brandon Miller. First game of the season, both teams are always trying to work out a lot of kinks. You have an opportunity right there. Longwood is trying to find themselves back in the game. They decide to go on a hard hedge on the pick and roll, but the rotation is not there. You allow Bediako to get freed up for an easy dunk. These are the things as your team gets better and better and becomes more familiar with each other that they will all improve on both ends of the court for both of the teams.
Sears with the tray. His first Alabama three-pointer, Mark Sears.
And he's fired up sitting down on defense.
Bediako, more solid defense. Alabama wants to run. Sears finding the alley. Griffin tried to tap it back. Loose again. Bediako. Sears. The fly-in! That's unreal from Brandon Miller.
Oh my goodness! Brandon Miller going to the top shelf.
Final minute on a fun opening night at Coleman Coliseum. Offensive foul against Sears. What did we just see from Brandon Miller?
Brandon Miller executing, putting some of that talent on display as he climbs the ladder, goes up with the outstanding putback jam. Wow.
Student section getting the keys out. As Alabama has had a solid second half, up by 8 at halftime, outscoring the Lancers 41-24 in this second half. Gramlin off the iron. Miller keeps it alive. Basketball to the Tide. Crimson Tide will make some substitutions, and here come the walk-ons.
Alabama with a big-time surge here in the last couple of minutes of the ball game. Their athleticism and strength wearing down the Longwood Lancers as we have a little time with 32.1 seconds to go for some substitutions.
Delaney Hurd, along with Adam Cottrell. Max Charnowski on the floor, along with Jaden Quinterly, younger brother of Javon. Let's see what they can do.
And good to see them coming in the game and trying to execute some offense. 31.2 seconds to go in the game. Run your offense. And
Hurd, the rebound. Putback wouldn't go. Charnowski was flying in for that board. Litteris puts it in with the whistle.
Great shot by Litteris, drawing the foul on the N1-3 here. 3.1 seconds to go in the ball game. I know the game is essentially over at this point. There's no chance for Longwood to come back. But what you want to see from both teams is to play to the end of the whistle. Continue to play, run your sets, play solid basketball.
Litteris with a 4-point play after the foul by the Shark, Max Charnowski. Freshman out of Elgin, Illinois. The Alabama Crimson Tide begin the season with a 75-54 win against Longwood.
An outstanding performance by Alabama end to end. They played a talented Longwood team.